Sort of. There we are. We are live. And,
We're live?
yeah, we're live.
We're live. Okay.
Hopefully we're live. We're going to find out for sure here in a sec
Yeah.
as I actually surf us. But that sounds dirty.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to find a new way of saying that. Yeah. So good morning, everybody. Welcome
Good
to
morning.
Roundtable. Hopefully you can hear us. We will know if you can hear us here in just a sec.
I can't hear us.
I can't hear anybody.
We'll know if you can hear us here in just a sec. I can't hear us.
I think that's us.
That's us.
Okay, there we go. So we are on the air.
Yeah.
Good morning. We don't have
Good
a guest today.
No.
We do have guests coming. It's just today was a hard day for anybody to get booked. So
Yeah.
what can you do? Sometimes you just gotta
It's awfully
grin and
early.
bear it and put up with the two of us.
Yeah, it's awfully early for a lot of people.
Yeah. And some of us just don't have a life. So
Yeah,
we
that's
just
true.
show up every week
Yeah.
and call ourselves hosts.
Turn my headphones up a little bit.
Huh?
Turn my headphones up a little bit. I can't hear any.
Huh?
Huh? What? What?
I don't know which headphones are yours.
Okay. There we go. That's better.
Okay.
Cool. I always tell people, if what you hear in your headphones is what people hear out there, so apparently you're not hearing me because I couldn't hear anything.
Well, there's also a little bit of a twist on that because
Yeah.
that's not entirely true. Because I've got a control for volume on the headphones
That's
and
right.
control for what's going out.
Yeah.
Because when we get the performers on here, a lot
Yeah.
of times, no matter how good they are at modulating
Yeah.
their voice and their instrument,
It's a little much.
It gets a bit much.
Yeah.
But the nice thing is, I've got this nice little graphic equalizer on my screen, so I can visually see
There we go.
when we're crossing certain lines.
That's cool.
I had some people early on that told me when we were, and that's been, pardon me,
Yeah.
oh, that's horrible. It's early morning, and I'm drinking healthy today. I've got soda, so like I'm alone in that.
There's a problem with that?
I don't know.
I it started when I was younger. I don't drink coffee. So even when I was but when I was a teenager, I loved, I drank soda all the time. So since I didn't drink coffee, I just got a soda in the morning on the way to school. Well, I remember when I was 18, I went to New York and my uncle took me out to breakfast, and I'm sitting there and the waitress comes by and says, this was 1988. And I'm sitting and the waitress looks at me and says, "What can I get you?" And I'm like, Pepsi will be great. And then she just gave me this look like, what? I'm like, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, some of us are not normal.
Yeah, I don't drink coffee, so I get my caffeine another way.
Yeah. Coffee, caffeine, coffee soda, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I found a place here, I guess, several months back, but I just obsess over this at times, and I'm back into an obsessing mood.
Mm-hmm.
We have a new place here in town that, and by new I mean it's been open a little under a year at this point, called Dutch Brothers.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Oh, I live right across from there, so yeah, we've discovered that place. Yeah.
It is so good. Their coffees are cool, but what I really love is their sodas.
Yeah, they have what do they call them? Not just soda. It's
They have energy drinks as well.
Yeah, they have an energy drink that I've been doing that, and it's actually really good. And you can get it. I mean, you can get it any way you want. You can get any of the drinks that you want. Just it's insane what they can do.
Oh yeah, and they've got flavors that you wouldn't believe.
Yeah. And you can combine whatever flavors you want. They'll do it in whatever way you want. And so the energy drink they have, it's called the Blue Rebel. And I get that with lemon lime and sometimes. But then they also have a coffee that I tried because I was so tired. I figured I'll deal with the taste. It wasn't that bad for me. I can't handle the taste of coffee, but this was pretty good. It's really cool. It's when it first opened. Oh my gosh, you couldn't get near the place.
No,
they had police directing traffic. They had cops on both entrances directing traffic around. It was just crazy.
But even at their busiest, they've actually done a really good job of keeping stuff moving, and they do it. They kind of cheat. They don't have a speaker that you drive up to. Their drive up splits. They got two lanes that kind of converge into one
Hmm.
to get your order. And they've got people out there, a la Chick-fil-A, that
Hmm.
they're taking your orders
Yeah.
and payments if it's with a
They
card.
have a tablet and a payment thing, and they handle it right out there, no matter how cold or hot it is. The poor kids out there felt so bad. But we do see that they rotate and they don't stand out there for hours and hours at a time. I think
No,
it's like an hour at a time. They'll rotate
and
around.
yeah, and if it gets a little bit dead, they step inside so they get
Yeah.
out
They
of the
wait
weather.
inside.
Yeah, and they're all so up and chipper
They're
and
so nice.
yeah, I like the place. I like the people involved. I had one, and I forget what it was called, but it was a soda with the flavors were peach,
Hmm.
blackberry, and grapefruit.
Oh, wow.
Oh my god, it was so good.
My granddaughter likes the unicorn blood, and they do it in a lemonade, a soda, or a chocolate, or a milk, or something like that. But it's like and she likes the lemonade, the unicorn blood lemonade,
Mhm.
and and every time I order it for her, I think to myself, "You will live a half life, a cursed life."
Uh-huh. Yeah, but it'll bring you back from the dead,
Yes,
sort
it
of.
will. And I
Yeah, and you're not a nerd
no,
sitting here making
not at
Harry Potter
all.
references. Give me a break.
And I actually did read the books before I saw the movies.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Half and half for me. Um, uh, yeah, the first time I was exposed to Dutch Brothers, now this kind of turned to a commercial for 'em. We'll get to other stuff, but
Mhm.
I was actually DJing a car show for Wounded Warriors
Mm.
over off of Roadrunner Parkway. And one of the people who brought their car out was somebody who I've missed on the show, and we need to get her back if she'll ever get to a point where she can.
Mhm.
Trisha Quillen brought her car and her husband's car out, and her daughter went on a coffee run.
No.
And they were asking me, well, what do you like in your coffee? Well, I didn't really know where they were going and didn't know anything about this place anyway. And I says, well, normally when I'm out and about, I just like my coffee black.
Yeah.
Apparently, that was
Foreign.
a bit of a thing for them to explain to them, so that they would give me a black coffee. However, uh, you can tell a lot if you take all the flavors out and
Yeah.
just taste the coffee. And you know what? That's some of the best coffee I've ever had.
Wow.
They get really good coffee right off the bat, and then add all the stuff
Yeah.
on top. So the coffee is healthy for you. It's good for you, and then you add
Add on things.
everything else.
There was a great scene in the movie Frasier when Frasier had first moved up to Seattle, and his brother goes in. They go into a coffee shop, and this girl comes out looking and Niles gives this long order for a cup of coffee, and Frasier has this weird look at it in his face and looks at her and goes, "Black coffee." And of course, this is very early on because after a while he's ordering something. But it was just funny how he does this whole thing for the order of a coffee, and then Fraser has this look on his face like, "What?"
Uh-huh.
And then black coffee,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, we don't have a guest today, but
No.
there's stuff going on in town.
Yeah.
There's stuff going on with me.
Yeah. Let's touch on that a little bit.
Yeah. So I'm trying to embrace a side of me that I felt uncomfortable about. If you want to find me on Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
it's no longer under it was Randy Lynch NM. It's no longer under that. It's now underscore between the words New Boot Music. And I chose the name on purpose because when you get a pair of new boots, it's not that you don't like them, it's that they're uncomfortable and they need some breaking in. That's where I've been feeling.
That is a cool.
So-
That is cool. That's cool.
So that's what I've been feeling. So it's like, yeah, that kind of fits.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a new profile picture. I haven't changed my profile picture in like
Yeah.
5 years. So
Yeah.
it's about time to do something like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm gonna start putting up some music on there. I'm gonna eventually look at branching into some other stuff, including possibly looking at gigging here in town. I got up at open mic this past weekend and actually had some strangers come out, which was nice because when it gets to be the same people, it's real easy to write off the nice things they say about you as being, they like you
Yeah.
and they see your improvement. So they're
Yeah.
commenting on that more than anything. But to have people hear you just raw, I got some nice comments. And
That's cool.
maybe I don't suck as much as I thought.
No. It's like little, you got to look at how they say things because to me, like there was when I played at Don Felix 2 weeks ago, there was a couple that showed up. When I went over to say hi to them, they said, yeah, they were getting ready to walk into the patio, El
Mhm.
Patio next door. And they said, but we heard you, so we thought we'd come over here. And I thought, that's really
That's
cool
awesome.
when they
Yeah.
say something like that.
That's
That's
gotta
really
make you feel
cool.
good.
Yeah, it was awesome. So I was like, wow, that's, you know, it just gives you that confidence boost because let's face it, we're not in it for the money when you're playing around town. You don't make a lot.
No.
So, but and there's some people that, that's their sole source of income.
Mhm.
But for me, and now it's like for you, it's just to play,
Yeah.
get your stuff heard.
Yeah,
I have a way of doing I don't write I haven't started writing my own music yet, but I have a way of
I'm
performing
waiting
these
for it.
songs. I know. I just kind of give my own take on the songs that I do. And I was having so much fun Friday night. There were only like 6 people there because it was still kind of cold.
Mhm.
I didn't care. I had so much fun.
Yeah.
And then when you first went up at open mic and you were nervous and you were focused so much on not screwing up.
Which makes you screw up.
Yeah. And then now you're up there and just playing, you have this song and you have these songs that you kind of put your emotion into.
Mhm.
And when you hear the reaction, like it's totally different now. And
Yeah.
it's like, he's one of us.
Well, I know several performers here in town that they have finished original work.
Mhm.
They won't play.
Yeah.
And I can't understand that because, yeah, the stuff that I write,
Mhm.
it's very honest, occasionally painfully honest, the sort of
Mhm.
stuff that normally I'd want to keep to myself, but I haven't been able to. And once it's not done on paper, once it's written up and it's turned into something like this, I've just got this overwhelming compulsion to share it, and it's something you just can't avoid.
The story of the song "Tears in Heaven" by Eric Clapton.
Hmm.
He won a Grammy for that song.
Yes.
And his first words were, I don't know what to say. Wrote this song to heal
Yeah,
myself."
it was his therapy for his
That
son.
was that was the sole purpose of writing that song.
Hmm.
And when it got released, it hit hard.
Hmm.
And a lot of people related to it.
Yeah,
And I think
in
it's
different
a beautiful
ways.
yeah, exactly. Everybody, I mean, not everybody, but there's a majority of people have lost someone
Hmm.
tragically or and abruptly and too soon.
Yeah.
I am lucky to where I have very few people in my life that were gone too soon. Um, even when I found out one of the songs that I do was about suicide, it made me think about it makes me every time I play it think about a friend of mine in high school. But when you put yourself out something like that and your emotion, you play it better.
Hmm.
There's a different like somebody else will play it and you're like, nah, it didn't sound the same,
Right.
because there's a difference in it.
Yeah.
And I think it's great. And then some of the songs that you've done, there's like, I forgot the one song you did that. Oh, I Still Wear Your Ring.
Yeah.
I was like, when you played that, I was like, wow, big step.
Yeah, that was
That
a
was
little rough.
that's a tough song to do.
And I'd had it sitting around for a while. I just didn't have the guts to play it
Yeah.
publicly. But yeah, and the thing is, we talk about songs like that. Vince Gill did a song called "Go Rest High on That Mountain."
Mm,
He was writing it about his brother's death.
yeah.
He couldn't finish it. It
Yeah.
was too raw and too painful. What allowed him to finish it was 9/11.
Yeah.
Because while that was emotional, it was a little bit removed. So he could take a step back and he was able to finish that song without it just tearing him up because he's thinking about that one specific relationship. He's thinking about all of this. And it's one of the most beautiful songs you'll ever hear.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Very cool.
and yeah, I think a lot of music like that is therapy. Whether or not you're writing your own or whether you're playing covers, I've talked to several musicians here in town. Same story.
Mhm.
Actually, creepily, a lot of musicians that their marriage ended and they started learning to play an instrument. And I'm just like, this is
My
I'm,
first
I'm a
marriage
cliche
ended, and I
now.
went back to playing my guitar and playing in a band. I mean,
Hmm.
that's it's different motivations for it. I
Yeah.
mean, when we came out here, all of a sudden we were empty nesters because we went from a house with 4 teenagers in it. We moved out. The kids were all gone doing their own thing. So we moved out here, the two of us. I was like, what do we do now?
Yeah.
And that's when I started playing again.
Well, you need that outlet,
Yeah,
whatever it might be.
exactly.
And by the way, this goes for anybody listening to the show, no matter, if you're not into
And
music, find
it
what it is that you're into.
I have one of my clients, she's an artist,
Hmm.
and she does some really interesting paintings, and but it's all, a feel thing for her. It's like she
Hmm.
looks at it and then she sees something,
Yes.
and she tells a story about how she remembered this, she used to live in basically on a farm,
Hmm.
and so she painted what she remembered of the landscape of this farm, and then she looked at it and she added a yellow biplane, because at this farm there used to be a guy that would come by and do the crop dusting
Hmm.
thing with the yellow biplane. Her daughter remembered it because they would always stand outside and he'd wave his red cap at them as he went by.
Hmm.
So if you look, there's apparently a guy with a red cap. And when her daughter saw it, she freaked out and said, "Oh my gosh, I remember this." And it just brought back all those conversations.
Yeah.
It was her memories coming back. And it's like, I'm like, "You can't sell any of these, can you?" She goes, "No, not really."
Oh, that's a problem. That's a real problem.
She's like, "I can't sell this. This is like part of my, memory." It's just so funny when you do that.
Mhm.
So with music, it's easy. You can just,
Yeah.
let it go and do it. It's,
Yeah, make sure you keep enough of your rights to where you can do your stuff. But
yeah.
yeah.
I just think it's funny how you got some people that when they do paintings and they draw or something like that, and they're so good,
Hmm.
but they don't want to show them to anybody. I know too many people
Yeah.
that do a lot of art and show it to everybody, and it's like, okay,
Hmm.
not bad.
It's refrigerator worthy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. By the way, if you're looking for an outlet and you are more visually oriented,
Oh,
we've got a bunch of wineries around town that are doing
yes.
regular sip and paints.
Yes.
And if you're not very good artistically, don't worry about it. They will meet you on your level,
Yeah.
including they'll basically give you an outline on the
Mhm.
canvas of the picture. And if you really want it, they'll actually some of the places I've seen, at least used to, I assume they still do, will put like numbers for different colors. So
Yeah.
yeah.
The sip and paints. I mean, we were part of one that we did once years ago, and we did it at our church, and my wife and I ended up sitting in, and I'm like, I am not an artist. I cannot. This is gonna suck, you know.
Yeah.
And I was surprised with myself because
Hmm.
of the person that was running it, the way she describes it, what she tells you, instructs everybody.
Yeah.
We were at open mic, and Morrow does a sip and paint on the Thursday nights that we also do the
Yes.
open mic. Well, a lot of times after the sip and paint, you got to, you did enough sipping, or you got to wait a while before you can leave.
Uh-huh.
So they would come out, and my wife was sitting there, looks at this one lady and says, "Is that yours?" She goes, "Yeah." She goes, "That is really good." She goes, "I know, and I did it." She was all surprised with herself
Yes.
and that's how good the person that runs it is,
Hmm.
because it's a lot of fun. If you ever
Oh
think you
yeah.
wanted to, give it a try.
It's not expensive, and most of these places it's about $35. They provide the canvas, they provide the paints,
Paint,
the brushes,
yeah,
uh,
everything you need. You don't have to
the
take anything with you,
yeah, the drinks are included as well in the price, which is cool.
and you can get more too.
Oh yeah, because it's not an unlimited. Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
a bottomless
you
wine
get a
glass,
couple of
but still.
glasses or something like that, but it's really cool because it's a lot of fun, and you never know. I mean, I'll bet there are a lot of people that did that just as oh, this might be fun,
Right.
who all of a sudden are over at an art store gathering supplies because they had so much fun they want to do it again.
Yes. Oh yeah.
And yeah, so I get to do it with all the time. So
And you never
mhm,
know what you're gonna come across.
yeah.
I I don't talk about her much.
Hmm.
You know this.
Hmm.
However, you are sitting in a room right now that I won't show it to the camera, but
Hmm. Yeah, I was noticing that a while ago. There's a picture up there. It's a Star Wars reference, which
mhm,
is cute though. It's
yeah,
neat.
that's my wife painted that
Uh-huh.
after Carrie Fisher's death.
Oh wow.
So it's her
That
going
is
going
cool.
home to Alderaan.
That's cool. That is
So
really cool.
yeah, and I'm not into bad mouthing people,
Right.
and I really have no
Not
desire
on this
to with
show, at
her.
least.
Yeah, well, that's a different matter. That's political.
Yeah.
You got to make your bread and butter somehow.
I hear you.
But no, she's really good, and she got that, and I was like, yeah, I don't care what happens. I love that it's staying up. There's a
Yeah,
couple of hers that are up.
that is cool.
So yeah, there's lots of different ways to express yourself, and lots of different ways, lots of different groups in town you can to be a part of that'll be part of that.
Yeah,
So
definitely. So
yeah.
you gotta just find different things there's different things out there. You can find them.
And with that all being said,
Yeah,
you've got a guitar in your lap.
I do.
And we don't have a guest, so we're gonna play a little bit today.
Yeah, both of us.
Yeah, I've actually got two that I need to get
All right,
down on
cool.
something with a date.
I'll start though. I love doing this song because I love telling everybody this is from Five Finger Death Punch. There's a light in you that tears me down to nothing. There's an angel in your eyes. There's a hope inside. You can make it better. You see right through my disguise. When it rains or pours, everybody stumbles. I won't let them bring you down. I won't let you down. When the seasons change, I won't go down. I'll fight through the pain. I'll be there right by your side. I'll never let them bring you down. When the seasons change. There's a hope in me. I will die for something. Was the fire in my eyes? All this pain inside. Will it be this way forever? I can run, but I can't hide. When it rains or pours, everybody stumbles. I won't let them bring you down. I won't let you down. When the seasons change, I won't go down. I'll fight through the pain. I'll be there right by your side. I'll never let them bring you down. When the seasons change. Seasons change. In for colder weather, look for me on the divide. I won't let you down. When the seasons change, I won't go down. I'll fight through the pain. I'll be there right by your side. I'll never let them bring you down. When the seasons change.
Dude,
that one's fun.
I love that song. And and if you ever listen to the original, it's still a pretty song. But yeah, you've changed up some stuff, which is very
just
cool.
Kind of smoothing it out the way like I said, that's what I do with most of the song. Just a feel that I have for it.
So. Yeah, which makes me really excited about something you're doing, because you're messing with one of my songs.
I'm gonna mess with one of his songs. He gave me. He played this one song, your song, Fireball, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah. Not the Pitbull song, I guarantee you.
No. It's called, and it's really cool. But he does it in a country style because that's his style. But I'm still going. I kind of heard something in it, and I thought, so I'm gonna have it. You got it to me, and now that things are calming down at my house, I'll have more time to kind of listen to it and mess with it.
Yeah,
so it'll be fun. I'm gonna enjoy that.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I mentioned it to a couple of
Hmm.
musicians in town. There's actually two of my songs
Hmm.
that
Yeah.
the musicians are looking at covering and messing with,
Yeah.
and I talked to several musicians that several of them gave me this funny look and says, "Really, you're okay with that?" And I was like, "What?" Well, for them, it's my song.
Yeah.
It's done my way, and it's mine to play.
Right.
And my whole thing is, no, actually, while I enjoy singing, playing, performing, it's
Hmm.
fun. It's a lot of fun. You've seen it. You know that I
Yeah.
like it.
Oh yeah.
It's not my main focus. My main focus is the songwriting, and I like the idea of seeing what somebody else will do with something I've done.
Hmm.
That's huge for me.
Yeah.
And if it happens to be, Trace Adkins or
Yeah.
Ashley
Who
McBride.
knows?
Ashley McBride can record any of my music that she wants ever. She just has to come meet me and maybe sit on my lap for a couple minutes. I don't know. Is that a little bit too far?
A little bit, but that's okay.
Hey,
You just went into stalker mode.
I was watching the American Country Music Awards the other night,
Oh
and I
yeah.
lost it. I lost it because they were having the nominees for male entertainer of the year. I haven't gotten that far. I think that they did it with female entertainer as well, but male entertainer of the year, they would have them come up on stage and perform,
Mhm.
and it was weird because they weren't performing a song, and it wasn't really a medley because these are people for the most part have a lot of music behind them.
Mhm.
So like they had Eric Church came up, who I love,
Yeah.
and he was doing like 3 or 4 lines of a song and then switching to another song. It was really rapid fire quick. I
Mm.
don't know how you do that and
Wow.
still keep it all straight in your head,
Right.
but it was very cool. And at the very end, there's this song, and he's got a backup singer behind him, and I'm sitting there. They weren't showing her at first, and then all of a sudden, when she's backing up on this other one, she's getting louder and louder, and the camera kind of panned over, and it's like, oh my god, I know who that is. Ashley McBride was his backup singer.
Oh wow.
Uh, yeah, he's the first person she ever got up on a large venue stage with.
Mhm.
He had her come on one of his shows because he was a huge fan and says, "Come play
Mm.
with me."
Oh wow.
So and yeah,
That's cool.
I definitely have a huge musical crush on her. She's awesome. She's one of the best songwriters around.
That's cool.
So yeah, I was like, yeah,
That's neat.
I got her back in my head again. So, but yeah, I'm excited to see what you're gonna do. I'm excited to see what the other group is gonna do. It's a band that's messing with it, but sounds weird. But I'm really more excited about what you're gonna do with mine. Maybe because it's we got more of a personal
Yeah.
relationship. Maybe it's because our styles are more different. They're more
Yeah.
divergent. This band, they've got a similar type. They're still kind of countryfied a little bit.
Oh okay.
It's a different type of country, but still.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's gonna be kind of fun.
Yeah. That's cool.
So
It's funny when you get into this community of musicians and you don't realize
mhm,
how it's different. It's great because you got people that are you know I want to do this song because I thought it was cool and I just kind of heard something
mhm,
and different styles, different looks to it. I mean, look at the different. I had a video show up on my news feed on Facebook, and it is by Chris Colt. She was doing a short promotional video for some of she does Celtic music at Renaissance fairs and
mhm.
such around California. This is a woman that I performed with in that cabaret show that I was in. And to this day, she will probably still always be the absolute most incredible entertainer I ever had the chance to perform with. And to
Right.
hear her voice again in this video, I was like, oh my gosh, and it just brought back so many memories. And there are people like that you're going to meet, and other musicians that will, touch you in a way or inspire you in a way, and you don't even realize it. This woman taught me how to be an entertainer,
Yeah.
and I will always be so grateful to her for that. And so it was great to hear her. And then I found out that there was a video I did I posted a video of my first show at a Amara Winery over a year ago, and she showed it to her parents, who were the directors of the show, and to hear them say that they were proud of me, that was, I'm 50 years old, and this director is saying, so proud of him. He's still, and I was like, wow.
It's a big thing. Yeah.
It's important. And when you get those compliments, so to you, it's a compliment. What I was getting at was, to you, this is a compliment that, we want to try your song.
Yeah.
Some people don't see it that way. They're very personal. They're very, private.
Yeah.
I remember going to a Neil Diamond concert, and he said, years ago, I wrote a song called Red Wine.
Mm-hmm.
And it was one of my favorite songs. UB40 came up to me and wanted to do the song. And of course, I'm going to say, yeah, go ahead, do your style. It was a huge hit.
Mm-hmm.
So in the concert, he did it the UB40 style.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Well,
I thought that was so cool.
Well, one of the biggest egomaniacs in music of any genre is Trent Reznor of Nine Inch Nails.
Yeah.
Huge ego.
Yeah.
And, and he doesn't deny it.
Mm-hmm.
He wrote a song called Hurt. His song.
Mm-hmm.
Johnny Cash recorded it. He came out in an interview afterwards and says, I thought I knew why I wrote that song. I didn't know. I wrote it for Johnny Cash. Says when he did it, says that's his song. And I was like, wow, that's something else. And that's the power of having somebody else mess with your stuff. I'm kind of intrigued about the idea of actually writing a song with somebody else in mind. I don't know how that would work, but right now I couldn't do that unless I started I guess cyber stalking somebody, because my stuff is very, very personal.
Yeah.
And I don't know enough about other people to write for them, but
and that happens. You hear about a lot of stories about somebody who wrote a song. Like I remember the big song Kenny Rogers had was Lady, my mom and dad's favorite song.
Oh God.
And then I look and they got the single and I look at it and written by Lionel Richie.
Yes.
I was blown away. I was like, what? And apparently it turned out when he wrote the song, he said, Kenny's got to do this.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's amazing. Some of these writers and what they're capable of.
Oh
yeah. I'm blown away by that sort of thing.
Yeah. So that's going to be fun.
I think so. Yeah. I can't wait. And yeah, you better play it on here first.
Oh yeah, I will. This is the first place you'll hear it.
So there's that.
Yeah.
Well,
your turn.
I actually have two songs that have never been played on here.
Uh-oh.
Let me make a suggestion to anybody who's doing anything like this. I'm not concerned about people in this town stealing my music, but it's always a good idea.
Yeah.
Understand copyright laws. You can always, get your music copyrighted. It's a little expensive if you go through one of these online agencies, but you can do it yourself for under $40 a song. And it's always a good idea. But New Mexico, United States copyright law makes it very clear. As soon as you write something, it's your property.
Yeah.
The only thing is you want to have some way to prove that it's yours. Mm-hmm. Well, since,
this works.
We have a YouTube channel. Why don't we just double use it?
Yeah.
Let's see. Me. You. Okay. Yeah, I'm perfect. I'm in tune. Yeah.
Wow. It's amazing how they go out so quick.
Yeah, especially when you purposely, Hey, there we go.
There.
I think I might actually not blast anybody today. So this is I Still Wear Your Ring.
Okay.
Which I've never played on here before.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I played it for you, but it was after the show.
Right. I thought it was. Okay. So
it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know if this sucks or not. What do you think? I saw you here in town. It caught me by surprise. I thought about talking to you. but I knew it wasn't wise. So I just backed away before I caught your eye. The only thing I left behind was a lost love sigh. I still wear your ring when no one else can see. I keep it close to my heart. No one knows but me. I still wear your ring, and I guess I always will. I should let go of the past, but I'm holding on still. I still miss the girl that I gave my heart to. And all the damage that I caused, I wish I could undo. We can't go back in time, even though I wish I could. Back to when we were happy, but that's gone for good. I still wear your ring when no one else can see. I keep it close to my heart. No one knows but me. I still wear your ring. I guess I always will. I should let go of the past, but I'm holding on still. I hope that now you're happy, that you grew beyond the pain. Hope you fill your life with sunshine, found a way out of the rain. Maybe one day I'll move on, but I'm not sure if I can. Loving you forever, oh, that was my only plan. I still wear your ring when no one else can see. I keep it close to my heart. No one knows but me. I still wear your ring. I guess I always will. I should let go of the past, but I'm holding on still. I still wear your ring. I still wear your ring. I still wear your ring. I still wear. It's an up song.
That's really good. That's one of those where you just kind of put it out there.
Yeah. Well, I actually had somebody give me some criticism that I have no problem with any criticism.
Yeah.
And this gal, she was talking about the stuff I was playing, and it was an off day anyway. But still, I think I'd gotten a little focused on the technical side of things. And she says, I really like the words on your songs, but I don't feel anything from you. I
Mm,
was like, oh, so I went back and took it to heart. And I made some changes
yeah.
to everything. And in the process, I also wrote this.
That's cool.
And yeah, this was a hard thing to
Mm,
actually share, but it's worth it.
I believe it. That's good. That's good.
So, oh,
Wow.
goodness, we do have a bunch of stuff going on
Yeah.
um, throughout town, and that's a little. Oh my goodness, yeah, yeah. I've got a lot of people responding to my new picture up.
That's good.
Yeah, what can I say?
Yeah.
Like the song says, that's why I'm hot. Okay, maybe not. I'm not going to go that far. Yeah,
Very good.
I'm an egomaniac now, so just from one night to the next. There we are.
I hear you.
Let's see. So we've got a couple of things. First thing I want to point out, for any, I know there aren't that many Star Wars fans around.
Yeah.
Zia Comics is doing a raffle right now, and they just put this up about not even half an hour ago.
Oh,
While we're on the air, this came up.
okay.
They are raffling a pre-built Lego Star Wars at Walker.
No way.
Tickets are $20, and only 40 will be sold.
Wow.
There's a speed build video on the Zia Comics YouTube channel, where they actually do the build for this thing, and those are kind of cool. The Lego things, and they're not cheap, and
Yeah.
they're involved. I don't know that I could do that. The people that do it, great. And they used to have a show on. I don't know if they're going to do any more seasons, called Lego Master,
Oh,
where people are building
yeah.
that stuff.
Yeah.
That's a little beyond me.
My nephew got a
There we go.
gosh, this is years ago. Good. A long time ago, but he was all excited when he got this Pirates of the Caribbean Lego set.
Hmm.
That kid locked himself in his room basically for an entire weekend and built this thing. Because I mean, everyone I know that got one of those Lego sets never completed it because they look cool. Yeah, there's a lot of work involved in that.
Yeah,
And yeah, that was pretty funny.
and a lot of skill. That's
I
just,
looked at this
yeah.
and my sister was telling me, say, yeah, that kid basically was in this room all weekend long and he
Mhm.
built that thing.
See, they've got a new show coming up here very soon. It's supposed to be starting, and I forgot the actual name is, but basically they're doing competitive domino stacking.
Yeah, there's a competition
And
for everything.
I kind of want to watch this because I've always thought that was cool. And they used to televise that stuff. Not the build part,
Yeah.
but they'd have, hey, so and so built this, and here he's
Yeah.
he's going to sit there and do it, and they'd actually televise when they'd actually hit the dominoes and have them fall, and it was impressive.
Yeah, it's funny. There was a lot of those videos that popped up during the lockdown.
Yeah. Well, I
People
wonder why.
And it wasn't just dominoes. They were just like this one.
yeah.
I mean, this one couple, they had just like created entire dominoes in their entire apartment or condo or whatever. It was just, it hit every room.
Yes.
I was watching this going, oh my gosh. It would say, normally you'd say you have way too much time on your hands, but like nothing but time on your hands. So,
Right. Yeah. But if you don't want to stay home and stack dominoes,
Yeah.
how's that for a seg?
There we go.
You can go out and check out some music.
Absolutely.
Starting with, yeah, I'm biased. One of my favorites is coming to town, and he's playing two different gigs. J.R. Sandoval is coming back into town.
Oh, very cool.
He's going to be here tomorrow at Rio Grande Winery, playing from 6 to 8.
Mhm.
We talked earlier about their sip and paint. Tomorrow night is their sip
Yeah.
and paint at Rio Grande.
Rio Grande.
So you're going to get the sip and paint. You're also going to get live music by JR, who is phenomenal.
Yeah.
He's another country guy. He's a guy that's been writing his own music for a while. He started playing and writing with a breakup. So, he's another one of us. a great guy, great music, and he has enough songs. He is just looking for time to get it done.
Mm.
He is planning on going to the studio and recording his first album.
Wow.
So
That's
how
cool.
cool is that?
Very cool.
And I already told him I want a copy as soon as it comes out, and don't even think about just giving it to me. I want to buy it because
Yeah.
I know what it's like. So you need those dollars and pennies. But yeah, he'll be playing out there tomorrow 6 to 8. He'll also be at the Icebox on Picacho
Mm.
6 to 9 on Saturday,
Very cool.
which is kind of a sad thing for me. Leon Garner is going to be playing at the other Icebox,
Oh.
Boneyard,
Yeah.
6 to 9 on Saturday.
You'll just have to make a split show.
I so want to just travel between the two, and I
Yeah.
don't know if that'll work, but I'm
Yeah.
tempted to try because I haven't seen Leon in a while. We, of
Yeah.
course, have been talking online because, quite frankly, they have started Star Trek Picard season 2,
Oh.
so he's a hardcore Trekkie.
Okay.
Trekker. I won't offend him.
Trekker.
And yeah, I'm not even going to go to the difference.
Oh yeah, don't.
Yeah, that can get heated. But yeah,
I'm
he's
so
playing
glad
out
you
there
didn't
as
bring
well.
that up when Trevor was here.
Can you imagine?
That would have been a long conversation.
So we do have other stuff going on. You know what? I wish he would quit changing his name around. Adrian Batista. I love the hell out of this guy. You never know what he's going by right now. It's going to be Adrian at the Bean at Josefina's here in Mesilla this Saturday from 11 to 1, which is kind of cool. 11 a.m. So it's a daytime thing, kind of like the coffee houses because they do the daytime stuff real
Yeah. Well, the Bean's only open during certain hours, so they have to do it when they're open. So
Yeah.
and that's a really cool. They've taken over the what used to be Josefina's Old Gate,
Mm-hmm.
and revamping it. And it's great. They still got their little coffee house over on Mesilla, but all the food is being done. They're going to have pastries and coffee at that house. And this one, this Bean over in Mesilla is now going to be their restaurant. It's really good.
Yeah, it's a bunch of changes going on across the
Yeah.
board with those places. If you want to find Adrian online, especially on Instagram, you want to look at Lyrical Soma is his new name. Great thing about Instagram is you can change your username on there.
Yeah, that's cool.
I wish the others would catch up to that because I think that's a really cool thing because, once you've had the same name for several years, maybe you want to do something different.
It's called rebranding.
Yeah. What are you going to do? Start a new page, and then you start with 0 people,
Yeah.
and then hope you can get everybody to transfer over.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice being able to do this. But he's going to be out there at the Bean, and man, that's just cool for me.
Yeah.
Let's see. Salsa night this Saturday at Amaro. So 7:30. If you come out earlier, say 2 to 5 at Amaro is open mic, which it's been beautiful the last several weeks. So, just awesome.
Yeah, if my wife will quit coming up with projects, I'll make it.
Yeah, you got to make it because I'm playing way too long.
Yeah. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, Truman had me up there
Try again.
for almost 40 minutes playing this past week.
Yeah.
And nobody got irritated. So I was like, oh, that's a good step in the right direction.
You are past that point. You are way past that point. So yeah, don't even start that.
Yeah. As soon as I accept that, then I'm going to start sucking again.
Accept it quick. No. Yeah.
Rio Grande Winery this Sunday at 4. Christopher Smith is going to be out there. Amaro Winery Friday at 7. Chris Baker is coming in. So that's good. Chris Baker's doing a bunch. Oh, yeah. He's even him and the MFB are doing an open mic the first Wednesday of every month at Rio Grande Winery. Yeah. So I haven't had a chance to check it out, but apparently this past one was the first one, for this month, and apparently everybody had a blast.
Oh
I talked to some of the people that came out, and they just had a bunch of fun.
Yeah.
They didn't know. One of the regulars at Amaro was out there, and he didn't realize that he was being filmed and put on YouTube. But the owner is notorious about that. He's walking around with his camera. He's doing live video fairly regularly because he's very, very excited about anything going on. it's strange to see an owner that he'll come up and he'll stop you in the middle of your set when you're playing, and he'll say, "I just want to say thank you to this artist for coming out, and their tip jar is over here." Says, "I suggest that everybody show their gratitude that way." And he says, "And I'm going to do that right now." And he'll pull his wallet out as he walks off the stage after making his announcements and put money in the tip jar.
That's cool.
They're very hands on, and I'm liking these guys.
That's cool.
This Friday at 5, Mark Coker is going to be out at Rio Grande Winery. Saturday at 4, Dave Olguin. Love Dave. Haven't heard him in a while, and he's just a blast. We got to get him on the show. I'm in the process of seeing what I can do about that. But yeah, he's a great musician. I wish he would play more banjo, but that's just me. Let's see. What else do we got going on? Rio Grande Winery, their Sip and Paint that's going to be going on tomorrow while JR is out there. Birds on a Wire. And that starts at 6:30. And $35 a person. Does it even say who does it? They don't say who does it. I wish Jennifer is the name. I think that's who's doing it. Maybe that's just who you contact. But it's $35 per. It covers all your stuff, including a 16 by 20 canvas. So these aren't little tiny things.
No, that's a pretty good size.
Yeah. Begin painting at 6:30 sharp. Please plan to arrive early to purchase drinks and food. You'll want food when you go out there.
Yeah.
They have got an amazing chef that actually came over from Josefina's old gate.
Yeah, he's got a trailer out there that he cooks in, and it's great.
Yeah, they did a good job of building that thing up.
Yeah.
I don't quite. This is a weird thing for me that this is getting so popular, but it's getting popular. Today, Wednesday, at 7 p.m. At Amaro Winery, Chess Night. This is a traveling thing. There is a group of people who play chess at different breweries and wineries. I was out at open mic at Little Toad one Wednesday night that they were out there.
Yeah.
And it's weird because you have this bar, and it was kind of hopping at the moment. They had a bunch of college kids in there. It was hopping. And while it was hopping, these guys were over on one side at the long tables playing chess.
Yeah, it's like, okay.
It's a very strange thing, but it's still kind of cool.
That's neat.
So anything else going on? Zia Comics is doing their puzzle tournament again this Sunday at 2. Karaoke night at Little Toad tomorrow at 7, and of course karaoke at Rad Tuesdays and Wednesdays. They start late. I believe it's 9.
Yeah,
they start. They go to like 2 a.m.
Yeah, no.
Some of us are old and don't do that anymore. I did it once. Oh my God, no. It almost killed me.
It's like you're getting old when you start going to bed at the time you usually used to go out.
Well, I still don't sleep very much, but being out and doing is just it's a bit much. We do have one other thing. It's not coming up on my list, but I did get notification of this. Nicole Osborne is going to be playing at Don Felix Cafe tomorrow, the 10th, 5 to 8 p.m.
And then coming up March 19th, Saturday the 19th, a couple days after St. Patrick's Day will be the Mesilla Valley Music Fest.
Yes.
And there's going to be artists everywhere. I will be at one of my favorite places, and in Vintage Market. I'll be out there from 12 to 3. I'm so excited. That's going to be so much fun. I love going out there. I remember the first time I went out there, I was like, this is not going to go so well. Oh man. I was like, I'll do it anytime you want. Let me know. I played there a lot last year. That was great.
Well, and unfortunately, this is going to be a weird St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
I wanted to get Tim Horrigan on the show. He can't. He is in fact, I got a text from him. He is in Virginia still.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's been working that job.
He's I forgot what exactly he does, but he went out there for a job. He was supposed to be gone. He was supposed to be back a while ago.
Yeah, but
I know this because his wife is one of my clients.
He's very good at what he does. He doesn't do it very often.
That's why they brought him. He was retired, and they brought him out. They asked him to come back. So
yeah. And I won't go into specifics of what he does. I know a little bit, but I don't know. Yeah, but He is going to be the parade marshal for the St. Patrick's Parade in Manassas.
Oh, that is so cool.
How awesome is that?
That is really cool.
So, well, Tim, we're going to miss you.
Yeah. It's too bad because, man,
cool.
he has so much. Now, we barely scratched the surface of some of the knowledge that he has about it. So he's a perfect guy to have on. So
yeah, we were talking about doing a secondary show.
Yeah, that's
right.
That
focused on that. And then he got this job offer, and he's like, dude, I can't resist it.
I know.
They're making it too good for me not to take. I was like, I get it.
It was like one of those things, money they offer me, y'all would do it too. It's like when Eddie Murphy did the movie Best Defense, and he talked about it, and he says, yeah, this was the worst movie I'd ever seen, but the money they gave me, y'all would have done it too.
Yeah, but understand also, this is also the guy that did Vampire in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
So I don't necessarily trust his taste in movies. I think that's about all we got going on this
it's
this
not
time
a
around.
lot, but it's getting, the weather's changing. So once this wind stops, it'll get even better. But
yeah. Oh, shoot.
Hello.
Well, this is something interesting. This Saturday, 2 to 5 in El Paso at Bassett Place, they are celebrating. This is making me old, although I don't remember when it started. It was beyond me. Bassett Center is celebrating its 60th anniversary in existence. That's pretty interesting. So they are going to be celebrating the event with the Imperial Border Squad, Stormtrooper Ranch. Celebrating the 60th anniversary of Bassett Place. Come out and enjoy the day's activities and get a pic with your friends from a galaxy far, far away. Yeah, these are cosplayers. They're not for profit. They work for charitable organizations. And yes, they dress the part. You've got stormtroopers. You got a Darth Vader. You've got Jedis. You usually have a Princess Leia. I assume she's going to still be around. It's an interesting group, and yeah. So if you want to do something a little different, and if you're into that Star Wars stuff, whatever. Yeah, as I've been oohing and awing over the new Star Wars shows.
That's Obi-Wan is supposed to be starting soon, doesn't it? The Obi-Wan series,
I believe next month.
Yeah,
it could be part of this month. We do have some interesting stuff that's coming to streaming video.
Yeah.
So we've got that going on. We have Disney Plus is going to start a new section of their streaming service. It is going to be a lockable section because it's going to feature more adult entertainment. Not that kind of adult entertainment.
Okay.
Yeah, Mickey, Minnie, and Donald Duck. That video is still on the dark web only. No, they're going to be doing R-rated movies and more adult-oriented
mature
TV shows.
I say mature oriented.
Yeah. So they're going to have it so that parents can lock that from their kids.
Okay, that's good.
But still have access to the Disney site. I think it's taken so long because they've been trying to figure out how to do that and do it right. You don't want to screw that one up. That can end very poorly.
On our Disney Plus, we have multiple profiles, and we have one for just my granddaughters, Chloe and Camille. And my granddaughter picks up the remote, knows exactly how to get to it, starts her shows, and I'm sitting there going,
oh yeah.
Okay. Wow.
So
I'll do it, Grandpa. Like, okay.
So understand what Disney has bought. Everything. They have finally bought the last part of Marvel. Well, there's one part still out there that Sony owns, but for the most part, the biggest part of Marvel that was still out there, Marvel Comics, Marvel Entertainment, was the X-Men. Was owned by Fox. Well, they have bought them. They own this. So all the X-Men stuff is going to be coming in. If you watch the trailer for the Doctor Strange movie, I think they're bringing in the Illuminati because there's a scene in the trailer where Doctor Strange, the camera is on him, but you hear this voice of a guy on a dais talking to him, saying, "It's time we told him the truth. It's Patrick Stewart." I
Oh my
think it's Patrick
gosh.
Stewart as Professor X. So they're going to be reincorporating all the mutant stuff in
Oh,
there.
man.
Besides the new movies that are coming, the first 2 Deadpool movies will be coming to Disney
Oh,
Plus.
wow.
Now those are R-rated. They
Yeah.
needed this lock
Yeah.
this lock wall to put it behind to protect young kids from this. They are also going to be moving over all of the Netflix original Marvel shows that they did.
Oh, yeah.
So Daredevil, Punisher, Iron Fist. I know you don't want to admit Iron Fist exists. It does. Luke Cage, and of course Jessica Jones.
Oh, yeah.
Which there is still rumors about
Yeah.
possibly more Jessica Jones.
Really?
Which I think would be awesome. It's
The anti-hero.
yeah, it's John Ritter's daughter that's playing the main role. And she's so good at it. I'd only seen her do
She's
comedy, but
really good.
man.
Yeah, because I've seen her in comedies. When I saw her in this, I was like, it took
it's dark and she's
very
good.
dark, but she's very good at it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I got into it and I was watching it. I watched the whole first season.
Yeah.
And I started watching the second season, but
yeah.
my wife watched it with me for a little while, but couldn't after a while.
The first season was just a perfect season.
It was.
And David Tennant, definitive for a lot of people, the Doctor Who, playing the bad guy, the Purple Man, Kilgore.
Yeah.
And yeah, I know they never called him the Purple Man because he wasn't purple in this. In the comics, he was purple. So there's that. But yeah, they're going to be doing all of that, and that's going to be cool. Let's see. We've got 1883 just finished on Paramount Plus, which is the prequel to Yellowstone, which is a huge hit. And there's a bunch of stars involved in that show. And it's apparently it's a limited thing, so it's not going to be an ongoing steady series. So that's there. Paramount Plus is going to be having a new sci-fi show come out, Halo, and it looks really good. Visually speaking, it looks really good. It looks like the damn comic book, just live action. They built all this stuff and CGI'd a bunch, and it's just yeah. I'm all ready for this. Yeah. So there's some changes going on with your entertainment stuff as well.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, if you want to go out to El Paso this Saturday at 7, where is this? Rock House Dive Bar Kitchen Venue in El Paso. They're going to have WAZP, WASP. They're an ultimate tribute band to Wasp. So if you're into old hair metal,
yeah,
there you go.
There's I wish I can remember. There in Alamogordo, they have a place that has been doing a lot of the hair metal tribute bands, and there's Metallica. There's I forgot the other one, but then the open for them, they have a buddy of mine, Dave, who has his band, the Broken Owls, who do a lot of 70s and 80s metal, and it's fun. And they got this young guitar player. He's like in his, I don't know, I think he's in like his 20s, but man, he rocks the 80s metal, man. He has got it. I was amazed when I heard him play.
Yeah.
So, and then, it's really a lot of fun.
Jeez. Yeah. You forget how good that 80s rock was. If you watch on HBO Max streaming service, they have the Peacemaker show up. The entire soundtrack for that is 80s metal hair bands. And it's not just American hair bands. There's some obscure European bands in there too. And it's kind of it fits really well. Who would have thought?
I found myself, I had a client that we were talking about, and we found ourselves reciting lines from Spinal Tap the other night.
Oh, God. Yeah.
That's that song. That's that movie that if you're a heavy metal fan, it was a very funny movie. If you were ever in a rock band, it is the funniest movie you'll ever see.
Yeah. Well, if you've ever known a guitarist of any genre,
it is hilarious. There's so many things that really happen that they kind of incorporated. And
this is my favorite amplifier. It goes to 11. Well, couldn't you just make the others louder? No, you don't understand. This one goes to 11. If you've never seen Spinal Tap, you have to.
It is so much fun. It is such a fun
We've
movie.
had so many of these type of movies come after the fact, but I believe this was the first mockumentary to ever be made. And it was Rob Reiner.
Yes, Rob Reiner is the one that did it. And then you have And then the funny thing is that these three guys, Christopher Guest plays one of what's his name? But he's one of the lead.
Yeah.
I mean, you know him as Lenny from Laverne and Shirley. Well, they ended up having to go on tour and playing gigs.
Yes.
The funniest thing happened at the Hollywood Bowl. They had a guy who was a drummer, and there was a long staircase behind the stage to go to the dressing room. He fell down the steps and broke his leg.
Oh God.
And couldn't play the gig. And they literally stood around and said, "What are we going to do? No one's going to believe this.
Yeah.
If you ever seen the movie, you will see how funny this is."
Yeah.
So
that
luckily,
was their running gag.
That was the drummers. They just happened to go. All these drummers that one died, one spontaneously or blew up, and another guy he choked on vomit. Unfortunately, it wasn't his vomit, but they did.
Yeah.
Oh, he died. You know. So when they stood around, they're like, "What are we gonna do? No one's gonna believe us." And luckily, they had a guy that was able to sit in and play for them. But it was just hilarious that this poor guy's got a broken leg, and they literally, even the guy whose leg was broken was laughing because he thought it was funny too. That what are we gonna do?
Yeah.
So yeah, that was. and I wouldn't, and it's like I wouldn't even believe it, but my friend said he was backstage because he was like helping a roadie. And he was backstage, and they were sitting there, and they're laughing, and even the paramedics look. And then the funny thing was, the paramedics were looking, going, "Are you kidding?" because they had seen the movie, so they looked at it. Are you kidding?
Yeah, if you've ever been around either semi-professional or professional musicians, you'll laugh your ass off.
Oh yeah,
at Spinal Tap, and was it Wayne's World? It was Wayne's World 2.
Yeah.
Where they bring in the roadie, and he's telling all these stories. I was performing for Ozzy, and he wanted green M&Ms. I had to break in. I think it was something weird. It says I had to break into the shoemaker's house. Unfortunately, I got caught, and we had to beat him and his son to death with their own shoes. And you're just like, that's funny and ridiculous, but at the same time, I could hear that sort of story going on.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's very nice.
What's that?
Diana Rodriguez commented, I'm assuming about my song, says, "So heartbreaking and so beautiful."
Very nice.
Thank you.
Good to see you, Diana.
I would figure one of the two. Heartbreaking that you have to listen to me.
Don't do that anymore.
I can't help it.
You need to stop that.
I don't think that's going to happen.
You need to stop that.
But yeah. Yeah, this is going to be a weird show.
Okay.
But I think it's time for a little more music.
Okay.
I'm going to let you go first because I'm going to have to borrow the stand for my next song.
Okay.
I can't play it on a tablet.
Well, this one, this is the one I was talking about earlier. I found out that the guy wrote it about a friend of his who committed suicide. So every time I play this, I think about my friend. I have a friend from high school who shortly after high school, she took her life. And we used to call each other cousin because we had the same last name. So this is for Janice. It's been a while since I could hold my head up high. It's been a while since I first saw you. It's been a while since I could stand on my own 2 feet again. It's been a while since I could call you. And everything I can remember, messed up as it all may say, the consequences that I render, stretch myself beyond my range. It's been a while since I could say that I wasn't addicted. It's been a while since I couldn't say I of myself as well as it's been a while since I've gone and messed things up just like I always do. It's been a while, but all that stuff seems to disappear when I'm with you. And everything I can't remember, messed up as it all makes sense. The consequences that I render, I stretch myself beyond my means. Why must I feel this way? Just make this go away. Just one more peaceful day. It's been a while since I could look at myself straight. It's been a while since I said I'm sorry. It's been a while since I've seen the way the candles light your face. It's been a while, but I can still remember just the way you taste. And everything I can't remember, as messed up as it all may seem to be, I know it's me. I cannot blame this on my father. He did the best he could for me. It's been a while since I could hold my head up high. It's been a while since I said I'm sorry.
Or if you're Canadian, sorry.
Yeah, that's a cool tune.
I like that. Yeah.
I like playing. There's some songs I just like playing them.
Yeah.
So, like, look at the lyrics later.
So, I am now been infected by BJ.
Yes.
Well, the truth
I
is,
just have too much stuff I can't memorize. So.
Oh yeah, memorization is not an easy thing for me. I figured at some point maybe, but
they always say memory is the second thing to go.
But I cheat. I've got everything on my tablet.
There you go.
Until this newest song, which I was thinking about you the whole time I was writing this. Is like, oh, holy crap! Like I get to a point, I was like, oh man, this isn't gonna work. I can't write it like this. I got to write it like this. And I got to thinking about you, and you're complaining about one of the songs that you play.
It was for the longest time I couldn't. I was thinking I'm gonna have to memorize this somehow because there was so much to it. It doesn't repeat.
Right.
And it had all these verses and it was a beautiful song, and I finally figured out a way to put it on 2 pages because I can't flip pages in the middle. So it's like you do the same thing.
And it's the same sort of thing. I can't scroll up without taking my fingers off. And I don't write stuff with sound breaks, or at least I haven't yet. We'll see. I'm actually working on one that I think is going to have one. Actually going to have several. We'll see. It's a very different song. I've played a little bit of it for one person, and it's far from finished. But I wrote this thing. I was actually at a Starbucks